We got an interesting video. Dave Blunt won't survive another year like this. I saw him on TikTok a few times, and this nigga is fucking fat.
My mom brought my studio equipment to the hospital, and
I don't know how you could even be this fat.
Walk again, and had a catheter in. So
why were you in the hospital?
Heart failure.
This whole Dave Blunt situation is starting to get a little bit concerning. So over the past 6 months or so, there's been a new artist making some pretty big waves that goes by the name of Dave Blunt. And there's really only two reasons as to why Dave Blunt has gotten so big over the past few months. The first one is because of his outlandish and honestly pretty hilarious lyrics.
Back in special ed, I wore a helmet in my classes.
In fact, his lyrics are so insane that I can't even show you most of them in the video because YouTube would snipe it down in a heartbeat. In one of his more famous bars, he would actually
call himself
a fat hard R. But despite that, it's really not the main reason as to why Dave Blunt has blown up as much as he has. It's likely you noticed it too, but Dave Blunt is absolutely huge. In fact, according to him, he weighs somewhere in the 600-pound range.
What the fuck?
See where it leads you. 600 pounds and not being able to put down the cup.
And don't get it twisted. As someone who was the biggest
600 pounds.
From 6th grade, I've always had a soft spot for big rappers. From Fat Joe to Rick Ross, and that never changed even as I became an adult, as my favorite artist over the past 5 years has been Wave. So no homo when I say this, I am wearing my socks, but I absolutely love me a big dude on the mic. But Dave Blunt is a little bit different. And not to say I don't like his music.
Yeah, that nigga is fucking
I'm a pretty
huge.
big fan of how he doesn't really take himself all too serious. He's big as hell, and he knows that.
Maybe I should shop at Big and Tall like you.
Something. You should do something other than what you're doing now with that tight ass suit. Yeah, man, for sure.
But the difference between Dave Blunt and the other rappers I just mentioned is that Dave Blunt at his current state is very likely twice the size that any of those rappers are.
Yeah, dude, that nigga is huge.
And over the past few weeks, it's really become
how do you let yourself go like that?
From his fans, but a ton of people, as it seems like Dave is only getting bigger and sicker. So Dave's weight first became a big talking point after someone randomly posted him sitting down on a chair while performing one of his songs.
I saw that shit too.
And this
that's bad.
The attention of a lot of people because not being able to even stand for an hour or two is actually insane. And then someone would post this video of what seems like the same night as he is wearing the same clothes, and Dave Blunt is literally sitting down in the hallway looking absolutely exhausted after that live performance of him sitting down. And this is extremely concerning. Bro just sat down for what seems like the majority of his performance. Now
he sat down the whole performance.
From the stage to wherever he was trying to go. And I doubt it was that far. And this is when people really started to get concerned.
That nigga need to get on a treadmill.
Until these videos came out. Personally, I didn't. And if I'm being completely honest with you, I don't think he was this big when he first blew up only 6 months ago. Now, obviously, he was big, but looking at this video,
that nigga just eating.
Only 3 months ago, and comparing it to a video of him walking around on stage.
I need to go put the fries in the oven. Fries in the bag. I need to go put the fries in the bag.
Brisket on a burger is back by popular demand. The barbecue brisket melt for $3.99, or the brisket boss switch with 3 times more brisket.
Brisket on a bigger burger.
Back for a limited time. Brisket
on a burger. We got you.
Only at Checkers and Rounds.
Game on. ESPN Plus content is now on Disney Plus.
Looking forward to being on the same team with you.
The greatest stories live here.
Can you believe it?
With ESPN Plus content on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers.
He honestly looks a little bit bigger in that second clip, and it definitely seems like he's struggling even more to walk and stand. Now, I'm not saying Dave Blunt's put on 200 pounds after becoming famous, but if someone already has bad habits, and then they become famous and rich before fixing those bad habits, they're only gonna get worse. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you boys, Dave is not this big from sipping lean. In fact, I don't think Dave even sips lean at all. If you look at all of the videos of him holding the cup, there's nothing in that cup, and there never has been.
Let me see what's in the cup, Maha. Let me see what's in the cup, Maha.
Let's see. Cup reveal.
You see what it says right here, bro?
Dave Blunt purple stuff.
That's what it says, bro.
You gonna let me see inside of it?
Hey, man, I just showed you what was in it, man. I just told you.
It's the purple stuff.
Alright, the purple stuff, nigga. Alright.
That's an empty fucking styrofoam cup in every clip and every picture he takes with it. The only time I've actually seen something in his styrofoam cup is when he posted the pictures of himself at the hospital. As you can see, there's orange juice in that cup. As someone who's been to the hospital many times, I can tell you right now, that's fucking orange juice. It doesn't
Definitely
matter how
orange
much
juice.
lean you sip, it'll never make you 600 pounds. It'll
Yeah,
take you out
facts.
before you reach that weight. So Dave is definitely in this situation for a different reason. And the whole styrofoam cup thing is clearly just for his image. But after those clips came out of Dave sitting down during the concert, people would really start to show their concern, including some other people in the music industry. So Lil Yachty was the first one that we know of.
You gotta get in the
Dave
gym.
said, you gotta get in the gym, baby boy. Which is a weird thing to call another man, I'm not gonna lie.
Baby
It
boy
does
is
seem
crazy.
Like something Yachty would say, as he's kind of a weird character. But then Dave would say, LOL, you would think I was on the treadmill the way I ran my bag up. And then Yachty would just say, LOL, twin thinks it's a joke. Then Dave would proceed to post this on his Instagram story, just kind of reiterating the fact that he's not taking any of this serious. And that kind of seems like the thing about Dave Blunts. He
This
seems like
nigga need to be on
should.
my 600-pound life.
Doesn't take a whole lot of things serious.
What do you mean 300 pounds? Like, how do you sound skinny?
Well, you just sound angelic. You just
Okay.
sound like.
Trying to see if I should be offended by that or not.
Technically, you shouldn't. I don't think because
Okay.
that just means you're able to sound so much better than you look.
Yeah.
This is cringy.
Yeah, like why you have a tight ass suit on with Woody from Toy Story shoes? I'm pretty sure if you was to lift the bottom of that motherfucker, it'd say Andy under that shit.
Even if it's to a fault. But the next person that had something to say about Dave's weight would seemingly get under his skin. So Snoop Dogg would post a video of Dave Blunts sitting down performing, and he would say this: "We'll put down the chicken wings and Tata chips, nephew, and that chair gon' break soon. Get to the end of the cup." And although Snoop was a little out of pocket,
Get to the end of the
random
cup
shot
is
at Dave,
crazy.
You gotta keep in mind, Snoop is an old head. Bro is literally 53 years old, and he's kind of not wrong. And he really
He ain't wrong.
sugar-coated. This
He ain't
isn't
wrong.
A 15-year-old or even an 18-year-old. This is a grown man, and bro either needs to change his life, or if I'm being completely honest, it's gonna end. But like I said, Dave
Facts.
really didn't like what Snoop said, so he would post this on his Instagram story. It has come to my attention that Snoop Dogg wants me to put down the cup. He also had a few other choice words to say about my performance that were not so nice. That's okay. Maybe it's just because Snoop Dogg doesn't know me that he decides to say those mean things. Well, Snoop Dogg, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm actually a very good guy. I take care of my family, I put my friends into positions to win, and I'm chasing my dreams. I think you're a good guy, Snoop Dogg. My favorite movie of yours is Baby Boy. Now, in that movie, you played a guy who was about to have unwanted sex with his ex-girlfriend in front of her son. If I was to judge you off that performance, I would say you are not a good guy, but I didn't judge you off that performance. So please don't judge me off mine. Now, this response is pretty weird. Like I said earlier,
That is kind of a weird ass
I feel
response.
like the guy to take things super serious.
But he took
So
that
I
one
really
serious.
Can't tell if this response is serious or not. So if this response is a joke and he's just trolling Snoop here, then I gotta fucking give it to him. A round of applause for you. You're killing the game. Cause I really can't tell here. But if this response is serious, then I think this shows his denial for how big he actually is. Because nowhere in Snoop's post did he call or even hint at Dave being a bad guy. He's just telling you that
Facts.
you're too fucking big, which he's not wrong about.
He ain't
Maybe
wrong.
He could have said it in a different way, but he's not wrong at the end of the day. Dave Blunts does need to do something about his lifestyle, and his next post on Instagram would prove that. So about a week ago, Dave would post this on Instagram.
That nigga
This
is
has been crazy.
huge.
I found out I was performing at Juice World Day, so I decided to go to the doctor and make sure everything was okay. Then the doctor was like, we gotta get you to the hospital. So I just been here chilling all week, resting and getting better. Nothing will stop me from performing at Juice World Day. The show must go on. Of course, I had to bring my studio equipment in here. You know the grind.
I had to
never stops,
speed
but
it up. You know, I got y'all. Quick editing.
serious, and I will be out of here in time for the show. I didn't want to tell you guys because I know you guys worry about me a lot, and when y'all worry, y'all get to saying crazy shit in the comments. But I am okay, and I will be performing no matter what. And that's when he would post the picture that I showed you earlier of him holding up the orange juice, as well as a couple of other pictures.
He said, I can't put down the cup.
In the hospital bed. What's weird is this is not the first time he's done this. Back in September, he also posted pictures of him recording in his hospital bed.
Ah, that nigga belly is huge.
Taking these pictures for the memes, or the more likely scenario, Dave is actually fucking sick, and he's going to the hospital a lot because of it. But Dave Blunts would eventually make it out of the hospital, and he would go to his performance. But this is where things would get even more insane, because Dave Blunts would walk out on stage with a fucking oxygen tank.
If you've ever used these strategies,
And the oxygen tank is fucking wild.
That's the old way of training. And it's
Nigga, you need to put down the cup and get on the treadmill.
And he would proceed to sit down again for the entire performance. This time though, instead of having a chair, he has a whole couch in the middle of the stage. And during this
A whole
performance, while
couch?
sitting down, of course, he would actually call out Snoop Dogg.
Hey, Chicago, do y'all have a problem with me sitting down on this stage? Exactly. Get the fuck off my dick, Snoop Dogg.
And I'm not gonna lie, Dave Blunt is really good at promoting himself.
That nigga
Calling
is
himself fat in his
tweaking.
own music, to posting the pictures of him at the hospital making music, Dave Blunt knows that part of the reason why his music is blowing up so much right now is because of his weight. And although he is using his weight really well to promote his music, I don't think that's the only reason why he's doing it.
That nigga ain't got no neck.
Dave Blunt doesn't want to be this big, but he's been like this for a long time. Looking at his Instagram, his oldest picture is from like 2021, mid 2020, and he's fucking huge. At least
He's fucking
200
huge.
pounds still. So he's very clearly been like this for a long time. And there's a good chance that he's probably lost hope in ever losing weight. So rather than get upset at everybody,
With all that damn money, he need to get a personal trainer, nigga.
Rather than looking at himself in the mirror. But this is a very dangerous way of living. And if Dave Blunt doesn't do something about his weight soon, he honestly might not be living much longer. And this actually isn't the first time we've seen this.
Facts,
Back
though.
in the early 90s, there was a new rapper that came onto the scene called Big Pun. And at the time, I'm pretty sure this
Big
was the
Pun.
biggest rapper we've ever seen. Weighing around 400
My nigga said
pounds
Big
when
Pun.
his first album came out in 1998.
My
And
nigga
as you
named
can
Big
see
Pun.
here, Big Pun was for sure big. But unlike Dave Blunt, he was at least able to stand and perform. At least at the
That
time.
nigga is big.
This was a live performance from 1998, and like I just said, Big Pun was around 400 pounds in 1998, so 200 pounds lighter than Dave Blunt is right now. But as Big Pun became more and more successful, he would unfortunately only start to gain more weight. And only 2 years later, in the year 2000,
Let me see if I got a drink in my fridge. I can't put down the
at the
cup.
time of this happening, Big Pun was around 700 pounds. Only around 100 pounds heavier than Dave Blunt's. And unfortunately, it kind of feels like Dave Blunt's is going down the same path. He's 26 years old, 600 pounds. He's just now recently starting to take off in the music industry. I'm sure he's seeing a lot more money than he ever has. And unless he does something quick, he's probably just gonna continue to gain weight. And it really would be unfortunate to see him go down a similar path to Big Pun. You work so long to achieve your goals, you finally achieve them, your career is taking off, but you're not able to kick this bad habit.
Yes,
that is
sir,
literally
nigga. We are
tearing your
pouring
body
up on
apart
stream.
and literally cutting your life expectancy in half. And what's crazy about it, and I've never been 600 pounds, so I could be wrong here, but I feel like it's probably not that hard to lose weight when you're that heavy. You don't even really need to switch up your eating habits right away. You can slowly ease into that. Literally just start drinking water. I know you have fucking Mountain Dew in that cup, Dave. Switch that shit out for some fucking water, and I promise you're gonna see a difference almost instantly. But with that being said, that is where I'm going to end this video. Let me know down in the comment section, what do you think of Dave Blunt? Do you like his music? Do you not? Did you not know who he was before I made this video? And what do you think about his situation? Thank you all so much for watching my content as usual. I appreciate it so
I'm
much. If you
having a
enjoyed
burger
this
and some
video,
fries and some salad
as that does help the channel
for
out a
dinner.
ton. If you do enjoy my content and you haven't already,
This shit finna be a banger, nigga. Nigga. Nigga, nigga, nigga. Let's go to the next video, though.